Hey everybody, I wanted to I will come back and show you how to get your textures to work in the game. I showed you how to retexture, but I didn't actually show you how to put it in your game. And my friend called and said, "Hey, it was great, but it doesn't work in my game. It's just white." And I was like, "Oh, let me go back and watch." And I didn't show you where to put it, so it will be in your game. So just consider this part two of the video. Um, we'll go and do a few things. I'm going to show you this paint real quick and then show y'all how to get this stuff in your game. I've got a picture I grabbed off the internet here. It's just it's a GIF file, but I like the pattern to it, so I grabbed it and I'm going to make a DSS file out of it. So what you'll do is you'll just open this up, grab that. I'm recoloring it. That's why I'm pulling it into paint real quick. It was black and white. See, I'm using this, so I was going to kind of show you how to do this. See the black edges on it? I left that on purpose to give it some detail and kind of like separation. Um, there's a few more spots here I got to finish. That's why I just wanted to show you. What you do is you come over here to the paint bucket. 50% will pretty much take it all. So I'm going to cut it down to like 30%. And then what you do is you'll pick your color. I believe that's the color I'm using there. And your paint bucket, 30%, and just click on the little black. Bam. Here recolors all whatever you click on, like if I zoom in and I clicked on maybe that, I see that it's going to recolor it, but I want that shade there. So that's what I'm saying. It's just easy. You just pick the color you want to recolor, and it'll shade. That's why I picked the dark black. It'll leave, the shading around it. So if you do 30%. So anyway, I was just kind of wanting to explain that a little bit to give you an idea of how it works. Go down here and grab this one. Finish it up. You don't have to zoom in all the way unless you're really getting into detail. It'll kind of do it. That's a different color. That's not my pink. There we go. That's my pink. Yeah, see, I was messing it up, showing y'all. And you just go back and recolor it if you mess it up. Okay. I think that's done. We'll zoom back out and see. Yeah, it's done. So now I want to click File, Save As. Not a grip anymore. It's a direct draw now. I'm going to rename it. Splash. There we go. Save. And then, okay. There it is. Splash. My new DDS file. An image. It's a texture. It's now a texture for armor, if I want. Now I'm gonna pull in another file here. I just close it and reopen because I've already got that. All right. Let's pull this one in. I've noticed on fire you get a lot of that orange is just really bright in the game, and it's hard to get the actual detail out of it. Um, a lot of the detail out of it. It looks good now in the game. I mean, the video I posted for y'all isn't really doing it justice because that's as good as I can record my game. And if I can do something better, if y'all know a better way to record, let me know because it's it's just a PC. It's not any big machine. Just some old PC you can go buy. Anyway, let's see. I was opening this. I'm gonna pull this one in. That's what I was gonna show you. See, I've already darkened this a little to take out some of the bright out of it in the lighting in the game. And how I do that is I just go to adjustments and black and white, not black and white, sorry, adjustments. Let's undo that. Adjustments, brightness and contrast. See, I just turn the brightness down, you know, a little bit, and it pulls out a little bit of detail in there, maybe 15, and then do a little contrast, a little bit of contrast, maybe 5, and then okay. And that's gonna give you a little more detail in the game and keep the orange here from flaring so bad. So you'll see. I showed it in the game, but I was just kind of going over it just to show you to kind of get some of the brightness out of it. I mean, unless you wanted to just blow bright, you know, that's fine. You know, with you, I guess. I don't like it to really. Oh crap. Yeah. Okay. And then rename this to Lava 2 since I just changed a little. And then okay it. Alright, now I've got 2 DDS files here. They're both DDS image files. Alright, so what you do now is you go in this scope. Well, actually, let me show you this real quick. Go to your games folder. And go into data, and down here's a folder called textures, and I just created a folder, dropped it in there, and called it my textures, and then open it up, and there's 2 that I have, and I'm just going to move it over here, or yeah, I'm going to completely move them. I don't want to make a copy, and paste them in there. So now I've got these that I can use. See, there's the original, and there's a little bit darker one. It just looks better. Well, I'll show you how to use these now. This is the trick to get them in your game. Just to let you know, you've got to go into my textures, because remember we told this NIF scope where to look for textures in that one video. I'll have to show you again. But just go into textures, go into your data folder, Skyrim, data, textures, create you a new folder, name it whatever you want, new textures, my textures, whatever. And then when you create your textures, just drop them in there, and the game will find them. Alright? So you won't have any problem with it not loading up in the game. It'll always be in there so the game can see it. Anyway, that's the main part I missed, and you know, I just retextured right off the desktop earlier, and it, you know, somebody else did that, and they went in the game and it was still white, and they're like, what's going on? And I, you know, forgot to tell you, you've got to move those textures over into the game folder for it to see them. But that's mainly it, you know. Let's see, open it up, and let's pull up my Curtis. Now, see, I've already got the textures. Oh, the other day with the thing, I was like, I already hit the lighting button, but every time just hit the lighting button to make sure you're doing it right, you know, and getting it right. But yeah, I've already put that on there, and it's the bright one. Like I say, that's pretty bright in the game. So what I was gonna do is change it to the darker one I just made. Let's see, I've got shoulders right here. On the texture, there's the darker one, and open it. Now see, it's a little darker, it looks a little better. It'll look better in the game too. So we'll save that like that. Save. Now I need to get the neck. So we'll find the neck right there. Go over here to lighting. There's textures. Pull that up. Let's go 502. Open. Yeah. See, that's a lot better. It's going to be a lot better. Save. There you go. Now I'll retexture this just to show you that that'll all work. Let's see. We'll start with the arms. Go to shader properties, shader. Look for your thing. I'm not going to use that one anymore. I'm going to my textures, and I'm going to try this one now that I just made. There you go. And then, let's see, I'm done with that one. We're going to go to, what do we do, the arms. We're going to go ahead and do the brawl part of it. On the top. I should have named that top. But textures and open, and there you go. It's kind of the way that one's going to fit. Now this texture may not fit the pants right. The pants are a little bit harder to texture and get it to wrap right when you place it. So I have found that, you know, those pants there are kind of hard, really hard to texture. I'll show you what it does. You have to get in there. Now you're going to have to find the wrap program and actually move it to get it to look good on the pants. But, you know, this is just my problem. You may not even run into this problem. So, but I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So there is issues with this type of retexturing. See, that's the way it's going to come up on my pants, and that's not really good looking or great. You know, it's kind of abstract. You know, way more abstract than it. It kind of goes together on the rope there, you know, but the pants part just really doesn't do me any good. So what I'm thinking is to, instead of, you know, just hassling and trying to get that just right, you know, you're talking a long time, and I don't, it's me looking at the game. I'm not recording it. I'm not building this stuff for anybody else. I mean, I don't upload mods. I just play with my own game, you know, and I don't want to be in any trouble for using pieces of somebody else's mod, or, you know, somebody being mad at me because, you know, I changed something of theirs. And I just want to stay away from the hassle and not even worry about it. If I want something changed, I'll change it myself in my own game, you know. So that's kind of just the way I do it. I don't worry about everybody else's. There's enough mods up there for everybody to have fun. But anyway, that's kind of how you do it. You know, you just throw that on there. I'm gonna take my pants. I'm gonna do something different with them. I'm thinking I'm gonna go. Oh, I'm gonna go just black with those pants. There you go. Is that black enough? Not really. But maybe not. Maybe I'll go white. Who knows? Maybe back to pink. Black doesn't really. That's not the greatest black in the world. It doesn't really look that great. But you know, you can just keep changing it around, seeing what you can do. And there's lots of different ones. I wonder how that would look on there. Yeah, I can get black with a little. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. You know, it's got a little bit of pink in it. Give it something, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll change this to black and look better. I might try that. Let's try that real quick. We're going to save this like this. Save. Alright. So we're going to go into paint real quick. And I'm going to No, we're not. We're just gonna swap it. I've already got a black one, black and white one. Oh wait, I need the white and black. All right, we're gonna go in and retexture something real quick. Or just make a new one. That's what we'll do. We'll just make a new one. Let's close that. Open this. Now I get this. Open. Let's just grab my DDS file and change it. So we'll go to C. No, not C. Skyrim. Folder. Let's see. Retextures. My textures. Here we go. Copy that one. Copy. Paste. Craze copy. Now we're gonna open Craze copy. Alright. So what did I want to do? I wanted to make let's do something different. Let's do this easier. Yeah. Just do this. This will be easier. Alright. Well, open. Let's do this one. Let's make a copy of that one. Copy. Paste. Alright, there's my copy. I want to open that. Alright, now I want the black, the white black. Alright, that's going to be simple. Just click the black, click the paint bucket, leave it at 50, bam. 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 You know, just go through here and click everything white. You change it. You change it. So let me finish this up and we'll get back to this. Okay, this is the last little bit of it right there. Okay, so we gotta save that. Okay, we're good to go. Make sure it's right. Alright, that's good. Now we'll try this one and see if it'll retexture and look better. So we're gonna open the NIF scope. Now we finished our little texture. We're gonna go File, Open. Here it is, Open. And okay, get the lighting right. Do lighting. Alright. Save that. Okay, now we're gonna go in here and we'll click on it. There it is. Now we're gonna try this black and white one. Open. I might need to trim up some of that white in there. Go back and fix some of that, but we'll go ahead and change it. Let me grab these arms. We'll go ahead and change it anyway. Do it that way. I've got some different armor on there. Let's see what this does. Instead of that, we're going to go. We're going to go with my texture. Right there. Okay, now that don't look too bad. Pants could look better, you know, but it don't look too bad. It'd be alright for the game, I guess. Like I said, if it was a mod that I was going to upload, I would definitely clean that up. But it's my game. And, well, I don't really care, and I'm not sure you're going to see all that anyway in the actual game. So we'll just do lighting again. There you go. Save. And we'll go try it out. See what it looks like. But that's all you do, man. Just like I say, just create you a folder in inside the textures folder for everything you do. And you can direct like I say, with Nifscope, you can direct it to use that texture, and it does just fine in the game as long as you, like I say, as long as you have your textures in the texture folder. Because remember when we set Nifscope up, yeah, when we set Nifscope up, you had to go to options, and then settings, and then resources, and then auto detect the game, apply. All right, then you got your archives, and that's basically your BAS files, because any mod you download is going to come with its textures. Any BAS files carry textures in them, so you're going to have to get those, or something's not going to look right in the game. So just auto detect, and then apply that, close, and every time you put a texture in there, it'll find it. So it'll find it, stick it to it, and then the game will know what to look at. So it's, just easy as that, and that's about it. I'm sorry I left that part out, but like I say, you just got to go. You just go into your DAP folder, go to textures, and then just create your own. I've named mine My Textures. Make sure it's one word. Don't put it in two. I forgot to tell y'all that. Just put it in one word, no spaces, and it just works better. And just drop all your textures in there and different ones. Just make sure they're DDS files, because anything else will not work. But that's it, guys. That's how you do that and get it done. I showed I've posted a video of what it looks like in the game. It's like I say, it's just a crummy video, but it's as best as I can do with this little machine. When I, here in a month or so, I'm going to buy me, a $600 video card, and then we'll see how things look. But I got to save for that. So y'all have fun gaming, and God bless.